Ave cohort, we are back. It is another Tuesday. Going to be getting on with some Tomcat Tuesday. And we're going to be playing the Operation Reforger 3 campaign, which should be a good time. Get everything all set up here real quick and we'll migrate over. Look at that. Now, I'm not going to read all of the flavor text with it, but it is very good, I've seen. Basically, I'm just starting out with this campaign. And it's been a while since I played either Reforger 1 or 2, so it's going to be an interesting one for me to work with. Our first mission is going to be defensive counter-air only. We will tasked with only engaging threats that are hostile to either our AWACS or to our flight. Weapons free on PID hostile contacts within 50 nautical miles of Dark Star. Do not cross the FLOT. And no air-to-ground engagements. Loadout is a pair of Phoenixes, a single Sparrow, 2 Sidewinders, and external fuel tanks and gun. Russian fighter activity east of the forward line of threat. Su-27s, MiG-29s, and 23s are likely. There are some forward deployed Russian SAMs along the leading edge of the active radar environment. Possible AWACS chatter. Multiple coalition flights are working the Western Theater. Stay west the line and stay clean. Weather is scattered and broken at 18,000 feet. Few clouds at 36,000 feet. Visibility is medium below the layer. Light rain at times. Winds at altitude. We're going to be using the Stennis, which is on TACAN 48 X-ray. ICLS channel 10. Looks like that's going to be preset for us. We do have a recovery tanker and a divert base at Ramstein Air Base. It's going to be south of us by about 80 miles. But plenty of asphalt, crash and maintenance support, coordinate with Dark Star or Ramstein approach. Bingo to back to mother is 7,500 pounds. Bingo to Ramstein is 5,000 pounds. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Chief, turn on the ground power. Chief, copy. Connect ground air supply.
Always exciting to play a new one.
Ground power is now on. Ground air supply is now connected.
Roger.
2980.
I'm closing the canopy. Hey, Jester, you good back there? All right, ready to go. Weapons are up. Not that we'll need any of it babysitting the Hawkeye, but hey. Man, don't jinx it.
Sure, the radio's on and tuned to 2645. 2645 is up. Once aircraft is aligned and ready to taxi, release the parking brake to continue. Press spacebar to clear the message. We have main engine start. Let's go ahead and get the
Turn off the ground power.
power and air disconnected.
Ground air supply.
Check our briefing here. 107 is our departure bearing. And tune that up to our departure radial. Nice full flight deck here. Bunch of us in the 6-pack. Now this I do remember from previous Reforger operations where they have aircraft in parking blocking one of the catapults. Nice busy deck space for us. Where are we carrying our Sparrow? In the tunnel. It's probably a weight savings that they don't have 2 missiles on the glove stations there. Bump up a little bit of time compression just to finish off the alignment.
All right, ready to taxi.
Okay, park and brake off.
Gypsy 1211, you up?
1-2's up. Morning, Skip.
Morning. Systems?
2 good motors, full suite. Weapons check complete, ready to taxi.
Here's the deal. We're going feed dry, heading southeast to pick up Dark Star. She's been orbiting west of Gießen since 04, and her current escort is bingo in about 45 minutes. We get there, relieve them, and hold the orbit until someone relieves us. Standard stuff.
Copy all.
One thing, Dark Star's been busy. The air picture east of the line is active. We're not looking for a fight, but stay sharp. Anything that gets within 50 miles of that Hawkeye, we'll deal with it.
Understood.
Okay. Suppose that we are waiting on clearance of some kind. Meantime, let's go ahead and get our face ready. We're tucked in real nice. Still don't have any personnel coming for us. Maybe we gotta wait till after our flight lead takes off.
Alright, I'm up on Cat 3. See you near at waypoint 1 for rejoin.
Nice watching them do a little washout.
Springfield 1, airborne.
Oh, I wonder if they don't have any actual deck crew.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
That would make almost too much sense. Alright, we've spent enough time aboard carriers to make this work. Should be close enough to the shuttle. There we go. It's been a minute since I've had to do that. Hey, Chief, appreciate the resub. Alright, all that's working. Feels weird taking off in a carrier that way. Alright, nothing fancy at the moment there, Chief. Just got some Kroger brand tea. Probably gonna switch up to coffee in a little while. There's the boat for the 7 mile mark, 5 mile mark. Yeah, about the 5 mile mark. Countering a little bit of rain. Ooh, there is a good question. What Red 4 would I like to see in DCS? I think I'd like to see some of the Cold War mainstays. Definitely the MiG-23. I think an Su-24, a fencer, would be nice. And just to further round out the Vietnam era type stuff, a MiG-17. .31 would be okay, but that's of limited use. .25, like a MiG-25 would be okay, but again, that's also of limited use. Like, I think having some good multi-purpose, capable of fitting in the more modern threat type environment, or in some of the other historical aspects, would be a good fit for things in DCS. Gonna keep on climbing here while we kind of ride this radial out. Which we should be getting closer to crossing here soon. Yep, here we go. Coming up on it. And there's our departure radial. Let's see, where's the boss flying at? Oh, he's over there. And he's at 22,000 feet. Yeah, definitely another good ground attacker or a more proper seed platform in the form of the Su-24. And you know, another good middle ground interceptor. You know, with the Su-27 and the MiG-29, you really do kind of have most of Soviet and post-Soviet collapse mainstay fighters in that regard, short of doing something like a variant, like an actual honest-to-God module quality version of an Su-35. Yeah, barring something like that, I think those would be the more realistic options. Okay. Reached our cruising altitude here. Just need to reform with our boss. Once we've rejoined with Gypsy 1-1, use the radio menu to indicate we're ready. Yeah, it is one of the things that kind of pushes me in the mindset of like maybe DCS should focus on like a Desert Storm sort of era, or perhaps like a middle to late Cold War sort of era, because you've got, you know, a little bit wider variety of stuff that you can put in there without bumping into somebody's hyper classified nonsense. Here's my flight lead. Hiding in the cloud. Just doing circles in the cloud. Come on, TF-110s, let's go. They're that heavy. It's a pretty setup they got. I like that. Alright, let's go get snuggled up close. At least closer. How fast is he going? 99 grand. He's still going faster than I am. Alright. We'll just cut off his circle then. Till such time as we can rejoin. So I love that. I don't want to have a Tomcat just jump out at me from the clouds. Is he in my frame? He is in my frame. Alright, close enough. Other rejoined and ready to push.
Good, join up. Let's pick up the 250 and get above this suit.
Copy 250.
Someone needs to tell Cap you probably shouldn't be out on a
Feed
joyride.
dry. Welcome to Germany.
Okay. So while we
Push
are...
button 4 up on your radio for Dark Star. I'll stay on package back here. Wilco, stand by.
Alright, so there's our flot. Conveniently located here with East Germany. And we want to make sure that we definitely don't push over that.
Weird thought. 13 years ago, those people down there watched this country put itself back together. Now we're flying over it to keep it from getting ripped apart again. Weird thought for a milk run. Yeah, well, can't be all sunshine in Phoenixes.
I'm glad they got the voice actor for Jester to do all the lines for Jester in this one. Leave our Sidewinder cooling off for now.
Dark Star and Gypsy 1-1, mission number Alpha Foxtrot 227, checking in as fragged.
Gypsy 1-1, Dark Star, radar contact. Current escort gunfighter, treat 1, 2 Hornets, bingo -10. Expect handoff on arrival. It's been a busy morning.
Copy, Dark Star. Gypsy flight is full mags, 2 Phoenixes, 1 Sparrow, 2 Sidewinders each. We've got you covered.
Gypsy 1-1, Dark Star. Be advised, picture east is active. Multiple groups between Magdeburg and the coast. Fast movers and heavies. Nothing tracking west at this time, but it has been fluid. How copy?
Understood, Gypsy 1-1.
Okay. Let's hang out with the boss and we'll see how we do. Okay. Nicely saddled left. He's got enough space to maneuver. Our weapons are safe, but our missiles are prepped. We can get our sidewinders into action pretty quickly too. And liking the little bit of tension that a little bit of a flight does provide. Especially knowing that we're coming out here to relieve our previous escorts on our AWACS. We have an ad break starting up here in about a minute, but it looks like we're just going to be transiting in that time frame, so catch up with you in a minute.
Phase 2, it's spies. Multiple groups between Magdeburg and the coast. That's the whole eastern corridor. They're not just probing, they've got a presence up there. You surprised? No, it's just different hearing it from someone who's actually looking at the scope. Darkstar sounded tired. She's been up there since 0400 working this. Imagine what her scope looks like. Rather not.
You know the last time the Stennis launched an aircraft into a shooting war? December 1990. Black Sea.
Yeah, I know.
Different ship by now. Different air wing. Different everything. But still, you can feel it on the boat. People remember.
Vandal remembers. He was there.
Yeah. He doesn't talk about it much.
Would you?
Nope. Probably not.
It's a reference to previous Reforger campaign missions. I like the airspeed carrot. Everything about this module has just been so nice. Take a brief moment to pause so we can check the map. We've got some F-15s, it looks like, that are in play. So our Hornets escorting the E-2. And we are well away from the flood. But it is only 85 miles up to there, and anything that crosses 50 is going to be what will be our problem to deal with. Not even really watching the distance indicator. Trying to keep a good formation with the lead.
Dark Star, Gypsy 1-1, 50 miles northwest of your position. Descending to match your orbit. Ready for the handoff.
Gypsy 1-1, Dark Star copies. Gunfighter Tree 1 is detaching at this time. You'll have us to yourselves.
Copy. We'll set up a racetrack on your western side. Standard escort geometry.
Sounds good. Welcome aboard, Gypsy.
Dark Star, Gunfighter 3-1. We see the Tomcats on station, detaching at this time. Bingo fuel, RTB mother.
Gunfighter Tree 1, Dark Star copies. Good work this morning. Safe recovery.
Appreciate it. Gunfighter 3-1, off freak.
Tell you what, they managed to really capture the tired AWACS there on that one. Like, I can hear it in that poor girl's voice that she has had a rough morning.
A lot of low-altitude clutter along the flat. Could be helos, could be low-level strikers hugging the terrain. Hard to tell from here. Darkstar's probably sorting it. That's why she sounds like she's been up for a week. This is pretty strange, you know? Sitting out here in a racetrack while a war is happening 80 miles away. I can see it on the scope. Little green symbols doing little green things. Doesn't feel real. It'll feel real soon enough. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Not bad, keeping pace with the boss.
Dark Star, Wolf 1-1, flight of 4 tornadoes, requesting vector. We have tasking to intercept contacts reported south of Stendal. Can you confirm the picture?
Wolf 1-1, Dark Star, A firm, that is out of my area. Push top hat on green tree. Say again, green tree. Frequency change is approved.
Copy, pushing green 3, Wolf 1-1.
That's the Luftwaffe. Their country, their fight. They sounded ready. Wouldn't you be? 13 years they had. Rebuilt the whole east side of the country, schools, hospitals, all of it. And now someone's trying to take it back.
Okay. Adjust some of our brightness here. I guess we can't. We're probably in nighttime mode though. Yep. It's good. He's doing left-hand turns. I like that. £12,000. We're still above bingo for returning home to mother.
Whoa. Whoa. Hey, brother, we got a problem here. Left oil pressure gauge dropping quick. Confirmed. I can see the leak. Master caution, Bishop. Oil pressure light, left side. We need to get ahead of this. Gypsy 1112, we have a problem. Left engine oil pressure is dropping, looks like an oil leak.
Copy 1-2. Shut it down. Don't wait for it to make up your mind for you. An oil starved turbine seizes when you got a real problem.
He's right. If it seizes, we could get a fire. Structural damage, too. Let's shut it down clean while we still can. Set left engine throttle to off. Left throttle off.
one way to help me conserve gas.
1112, left engine is shut down. Right engine is good. Aircraft is controllable, but we're single engine here.
Copy, single engine. 1-2. Here's what we're gonna do. Ramstein is roughly 70 miles south of us. Long runway, and they've got maintenance facilities that can handle a Tomcat. You're diverting there.
Copy, diverting Ramstein. Dude, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Ramstein. What? Everyone I've heard calls it Ramstein. There is no way I am going to remember that.
I'll stay on station with Darkstar until the boat can get a relief flight airborne. I'll handle the coordination, you just fly the jet.
Understood, Skipper.
Okay.
Darkstar, Gypsy 1-1.
Gypsy 1-1, go ahead.
Darkstar, Gypsy 1-2 declaring an emergency. Single engine, left engine shut down due to oil pressure loss. 1-2 diverting to Ramstein. I'm staying on station as your escort, solo, until the boat launches a relief.
Copy the emergency for Gypsy 1-2. Contact Ramstein approach on tree 60.1. I'll notify them.
Copy, Ramstein approach on 360.1, Gypsy 1-1.
Okay.
1-2, you copy? 180 down to 10,000. Ramstein approach on 360.1 when you're ready.
Copy, coming south and descending to Angels 10, switching Ramstein.
Fly the jet, put it on the ground, we'll sort the rest out later. I'll see you at Ramstein tonight.
Copy, Skip. Thanks.
All right, we're going to push our divert. Our divert airfield is going to be on TACAN 81 X-ray. Let's go ahead and set up for that. And we are going to...
You know what those tornado pilots are doing right now? They're in it, east of the line, and we're limping to an Air Force base with a sick engine. We'll get another chance. Yeah, something tells me this war isn't going anywhere.
Tune to manual 360.1.
Ramstein approach, Gypsy 1-2, emergency aircraft.
Gypsy 1-2, Ramstein approach.
Oh my God,
Unexpecting you. Radar contact. Say status.
Gypsy 1-2 is a single F-14. We are left engine shut down due to oil pressure failure. No fire, no smoke. Aircraft is controllable.
Gypsy 1-2, copy all. Altimeter 2980, expect runway 09er. Descend and maintain 4,000. Straight in visual approach. Emergency equipment is standing by.
Down to 4,000, runway 09er, Gypsy 1-2.
Okay, descending to 4,000 feet. Watch Germany poke through the clouds here. There's our base, and we are still largely on course for it, but we got mountains between us and the TACAN beacon, which is why the TACAN is spinning. And continue our descent down to 4,000. As long as that keeps me over the hills. Okay, spoiler brake is set. Bypass is set to field. We're in landing approach mode. And we are expected for runway 09. So we'll come here near the 27 side of it, enter the pattern from there, and come around and land. Always nice to have a little minor in-flight emergency for a simulator. Oh yeah, look at that, they bottomed it out. Neat. Hopefully our flight lead is okay up there. Still got a ways to go nursing this one back on one engine, but I think we'll make it. Be some slightly higher power settings coming in and a little bit of rudder. Alright, there we go. Clear sight to the TACAN beacon. So we got like a full actual airfield to land on. I'll admit this is also a little bit. I've not played any of these missions. This is my first pass through Reforger 3. But knowing that they picked Germany as a map and how little water space there is on this one, this is a fairly clever way of making our next mission take off from this base out here. As compared to, you know, always coming in from, you know, the Baltic. Although maybe we will still, who knows? Maybe it'll be sorry, I had to mute the microphone for a sneeze there. Maybe it'll be a little bit of both, you know? "26 miles. Rest of the jet's still looking all right. Our one engine is giving us 316 knots at 4,000 feet. Should be plenty capable of getting us home. Or at least to the slumber party. And we do have some heavy yaw.
Gypsy 1-2, we have you at 15 nautical miles from the field. Clear runway 09er, visual approach. Contact tower on 251.95 if field inside. How copy?
Copy, runway 09er, visual approach, contact tower, field in sight, Gypsy 1-2.
Alright, 251950.
Ramstein Tower, Gypsy 1-2, emergency aircraft, single engine, field in sight.
Gypsy 1-2, Ramstein Tower, winds 022 at 12. Runway 09er cleared to land. Emergency equipment is in position.
Clear to land 09er, Gypsy 1-2.
Okay, we're going to make this a Case 1-esque approach. We are cleared for runway 09er, which is on the opposite end of the field. Relative to our current approach. And given our whole lack of engine situation here, we are going to opt to leave the wings out. Rather than coming in at 350 knots and making the turn and all that jazz. Largely because I don't know if I can actually run this engine up high enough to get us above 350 knots in our current configuration. It's an emergency, so we will fly it safe. Just do what we need to do to make sure we fly it safe and land. And reduce power. A little bit of speed brake here. I want to try and get under 250. God forbid we have a landing gear problem now. Okay, DLC has authority. Got their lights on for us. Right into the cloud burst. There's 500 feet. Good spoiler deployment, even through the breakout.
Gypsy 1-2, good landing. Exit at the EOR left and contact ground on 275.8. Exit EOR left and contact ground on 275.8, Gypsy 1-2.
Alright, let's pull the flaps in. 275.8. You are end of runway. We're going to go left at the end of the runway. Let's pull the wings back. Make sure all of our tray tables are in the upright locked position. Wings are in oversweep. Managed to make it back on one engine. Okay, here's the end of the runway. There's our emergency services vehicles.
Ramstein Brown, Gypsy 1-2, clear of runway 09er, Navy F-14 single engine requesting parking.
Gypsy 1-2, Ramstein Ground, welcome. Follow the taxiway to the transient parking on your right. Take any of the open spots on a large ramp. We're a little crowded today.
Copy, EOR, taxiway to transient parking on the right, Gypsy 1-2.
Fine F-16s there, some Hueys. One of the stalls on my right, 36 or 37. We're going to take 37. It's going to be our parking coming up here.
Well, here we are. Here we are. Not how I planned the morning. First sortie off the boat, 90 minutes, one dead engine. Now we're sitting on an Air Force ramp, miles from the ship. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse.
Okay. You're down and clear. I think that's going to do it here for this week, but I am excited to go ahead and keep playing this one through Tomcat Tuesday and carry on with the next mission for next week until we run out of missions to do. All right. In stream a little bit early here tonight, mostly so I can take care of some other little things here around the house and relax a little bit after work. But having a great time here with it so far. So we got DCS Tuesday. We're going to be following up with more of Reforger 3. I'm going to be doing a first playthrough of that one live on air week to week until I finish it. So we'll see how that flies through. This coming Saturday, we should be back up for Pilum Teaches DCS, if for no other reason than Persephone/Gleam is probably not going to be awake early enough to go out and do things, so we'll have plenty of time to teach and play around with the new F-14B and go through some of the things that I've managed to pick up with it, and get to use the DTC cartridge and show some of those kinds of things off. Should be a good time. With that, always ask for consent, try to communicate as best you can with your partners, try to be genuinely decent human beings, and I will catch up with you next time. Thanks for watching, folks. Pilum out.